Are you looking to bring more peace and mindfulness into your daily routine? In this video, we will discuss the 7 crucial aspects of your life that you should focus on every day to cultivate inner peace and personal growth. Part 1. Challenge one belief you hold dear. In Buddhism, the concept of attachment is one of the core teachings that guide our spiritual journey. One of the deepest forms of attachment is the attachment to our beliefs. These beliefs are not just ideas, they are the foundation of how we see the world and interact with it. Yet, in the path of self-awareness and inner peace, it's essential to challenge these beliefs. When we examine the beliefs we hold dear, we start to see the spaces where we may be limiting our growth. The mind has a tendency to cling to things that feel comfortable. Beliefs that have been ingrained over years or even generations become part of our identity. This attachment to beliefs prevents us from evolving spiritually and personally. The Buddhist way encourages us to recognize this attachment and challenge our beliefs regularly. We must learn to question the beliefs that no longer serve us and those that limit our potential. Challenging these beliefs can feel uncomfortable. It is like breaking a habit or letting go of something familiar, but it is essential for growth. When we hold on to beliefs without ever questioning them, we stop learning. We stop growing. Buddhism teaches that the world is constantly changing, and we must remain flexible in our understanding. If we are not willing to challenge our beliefs, we close ourselves off from the endless possibilities of life. By challenging our beliefs every day, we open ourselves to new perspectives, ideas, and experiences. This daily practice allows us to shed old thought patterns and embrace new ways of thinking. The act of challenging your beliefs is not about abandoning everything you hold true. It is about being open-minded. It is about being humble enough to realize that there is always more to learn. When you challenge your beliefs, you create a sense of freedom within your mind and heart. You begin to cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Buddhism teaches us that life is a journey, and part of this journey is constantly questioning and evolving. As you challenge your beliefs, you will find that you are not only growing spiritually, but you are also becoming more compassionate, understanding, and open to the experiences of others. This process will allow you to approach life with a sense of wonder, curiosity, and a deeper sense of peace. Part 2. Feel the energy of silence in your space. Silence is a powerful tool in Buddhism. It is not just the absence of sound, but the presence of stillness. When we allow silence to fill our space, we create a space for clarity, reflection, and deep connection with ourselves. In our busy lives, we often surround ourselves with noise, both external and internal. We have constant distractions, thoughts, and worries that cloud our minds and prevent us from experiencing true peace. In Buddhism, silence is considered an important practice for spiritual growth. It helps us to listen more deeply to our inner voice, to connect with the present moment, and to experience a sense of calmness that transcends the noise of the world. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, but the absence of mental chatter. It is the stillness that arises when we quiet our thoughts and become fully present. Every day, take time to experience the energy of silence. This could be through meditation, sitting quietly in nature, or simply pausing for a few moments in your day to be still. When you allow silence to enter your space, you create a moment of peace where you can let go of stress and connect with your true self. In these moments, the energy of silence can wash over you like a gentle wave, clearing your mind and refreshing your spirit. Silence is often viewed as uncomfortable. We are so used to being constantly stimulated by our phones, television, or conversations that the idea of being silent can feel strange. But Buddhism teaches us that silence is not something to be feared. It is a gift. It is in silence that we can find wisdom, clarity, and insight. It is in silence that we can reconnect with our true nature and experience the peace that lies within. Silence can also help us develop mindfulness. By practicing silence, we become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations. We begin to notice the subtle shifts in our mind and body, and we become more attuned to the present moment. This mindfulness allows us to respond to life with greater calmness and wisdom. In silence, we can hear the whispers of our soul, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Make silence a regular part of your day. It can be as simple as taking 5 minutes in the morning to sit in silence before starting your day. Or it can be a longer meditation practice where you sit in stillness and focus on your breath. As you immerse yourself in the energy of silence, you will find that it brings a sense of calmness and clarity that nourishes your mind, body, and spirit. Over time, you will discover that silence is not an absence, but a presence that is always available to you, waiting to be experienced. Part 3. Track the moments you let fear lead. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to spiritual growth. It holds us back, keeps us stuck, and prevents us from living fully. In Buddhism, fear is seen as an illusion, a mental construct that arises when we are attached to the idea of safety and control. Fear often comes from our desires for things to be different than they are, and when we let fear lead, we miss the opportunity to grow and transform. Tracking the moments when fear leads us is an essential practice for overcoming it. Fear often shows up in subtle ways: hesitation, doubt, or a sense of unease. We may not always recognize it for what it is, but it influences our decisions and actions. By tracking these moments, we become more aware of how fear is guiding us. This awareness is the first step in breaking free from its grip. Each day, pay attention to the moments when fear arises. These moments may come in various forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. When you notice fear taking over, pause and reflect. Ask yourself if this fear is based on reality or if it is simply an illusion created by your mind. In Buddhism, it is taught that fear often arises from our attachments and desires. When we let go of these attachments, we can see fear for what it truly is: a passing mental state that has no power over us unless we give it power. By tracking your fears, you begin to see patterns in your life. You may notice that fear leads you to avoid certain situations, people, or challenges. You may see how fear keeps you from stepping out of your comfort zone and trying new things. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can start to make conscious choices that are not driven by fear. Buddhism teaches that the path to enlightenment is not about eliminating fear completely, but about transforming our relationship with it. Fear is a natural part of life, but it does not have to control us. By tracking the moments when fear leads, you begin to take back your power. You start to see that fear is simply a feeling, and like all feelings, it will pass if you do not cling to it. With practice, you can learn to respond to fear with wisdom and courage, rather than allowing it to dictate your actions. Tracking your fear is not about judging yourself or being hard on yourself. It is about becoming more aware of how fear shows up in your life and learning to choose a different path. As you continue this practice, you will find that you become less reactive and more mindful in your responses. You will begin to trust yourself more and let go of the fears that have been holding you back. Part 4. Do something that makes you uncomfortable. In Buddhism, the idea of discomfort is often seen as a powerful tool for growth. We tend to avoid discomfort because it feels unpleasant, but it is through discomfort that we learn, expand, and evolve. When we challenge ourselves to step out of our comfort zones, we create opportunities for transformation. Each day, make it a point to do something that makes you uncomfortable. This could be something physical, like trying a new activity or pushing your body beyond its limits. Or it could be something emotional, like having a difficult conversation or confronting a fear. Whatever it is, the key is to embrace the discomfort rather than run from it. Buddhism teaches that suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it is through suffering that we gain wisdom. The discomfort we feel is often a sign that we are growing. When we push ourselves beyond what feels safe and familiar, we open ourselves to new possibilities. We expand our capacity for courage, resilience, and compassion. Every time we step outside our comfort zone, we learn something new about ourselves and the world around us. Doing something uncomfortable every day does not mean forcing yourself into situations that are harmful or dangerous. It means gently pushing yourself to grow. It means facing the things that you have been avoiding and trusting that, in doing so, you will become stronger. By making discomfort a regular part of your life, you train yourself to be less attached to comfort and security, and more open to the flow of life as it is. Buddhism teaches that attachment to comfort and security is one of the main causes of suffering. When we cling to what is familiar, we limit our potential. But when we embrace discomfort, we open ourselves to the unknown. It is in the unknown that we find freedom. It is in the unknown that we find the greatest opportunities for growth and transformation. Each time you do something uncomfortable, you will feel a sense of accomplishment. You will realize that your fears were often exaggerated, and that you are capable of more than you imagined. Over time, this practice will make you more resilient and more at peace with the natural ebb and flow of life. You will begin to see discomfort not as something to avoid, but as a stepping stone on your path to greater wisdom and enlightenment. Part 5. Give your mind 5 minutes to wander without purpose. Our minds are often busy. They are constantly running from one thought to another, often without pause. In Buddhism, the practice of mindfulness encourages us to be present with our thoughts, to observe them without judgment. But sometimes, it is also important to give our minds the freedom to wander without purpose. This practice allows the mind to relax and release its constant striving. Each day, take 5 minutes to let your mind wander freely. Don't try to control your thoughts or direct them in any way. Simply allow your mind to drift wherever it goes. This could be done while you are sitting quietly, walking, or even doing a simple task like washing dishes. The key is to let go of any expectations or goals and simply allow your mind to explore. This practice may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to constantly being busy. But it is in these moments of mental wandering that we can experience a sense of freedom and creativity. When we stop trying to control our thoughts, we allow them to flow naturally. This can lead to new insights, ideas, and perspectives. Buddhism teaches that the mind is like a monkey, constantly jumping from one thought to another. By giving our mind space to wander, we tame the monkey mind. We create room for clarity and peace. Over time, this practice will help you develop a deeper sense of inner calm and focus. You will become less attached to the constant chatter of the mind and more connected to the present moment. 5 minutes of mental wandering is a small but powerful practice. It reminds us that it is okay to let go of control and simply be. It teaches us to embrace the natural flow of thoughts without judgment or resistance. In doing so, we cultivate a sense of freedom and peace that extends beyond the mind and into every aspect of our lives. Part 6. Reframe a negative thought into a positive possibility. Our thoughts shape our reality. In Buddhism, it is taught that our perceptions of the world are influenced by our minds. When we have negative thoughts, we create negative experiences. But when we reframe those negative thoughts into positive possibilities, we begin to see the world in a new light. Each day, practice reframing your negative thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, pause and ask yourself how you can reframe it into a positive possibility. For example, if you think, "I am not good enough," reframe it as, "I am capable of learning and growing." If you think, "This is too hard," reframe it as, "This challenge will help me grow stronger." Buddhism teaches that our thoughts are not fixed. They are not permanent. We have the power to change them. By reframing our thoughts, we change our perception of the world. We create a mindset that is focused on possibilities, growth, and resilience. This simple practice can transform our experience of life. Reframing negative thoughts is not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It is about shifting your perspective. It is about choosing to see the opportunities in every situation, rather than getting stuck in the limitations. When you practice this daily, you will find that your mindset shifts from one of scarcity and fear to one of abundance and possibility. As you reframe your thoughts, you will begin to notice a shift in your emotions and actions. You will feel more empowered and more confident in your ability to face challenges. You will begin to see that every situation, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity for growth and transformation. This practice will lead to a greater sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment in your life. Part 7. Create a small ritual that makes you feel alive. Rituals are an important part of Buddhist practice. They help us cultivate mindfulness, focus, and connection to the present moment. A ritual is any activity that you do regularly with intention and purpose. It could be something as simple as lighting a candle before meditation or taking a moment to breathe deeply before starting your day. Creating a small ritual each day can make you feel more alive and connected to the present moment. This ritual doesn't have to be elaborate or time-consuming. It can be something small and simple, like taking a few minutes to appreciate the beauty around you or setting an intention for your day. The key is to do it with mindfulness and intention. By creating a ritual, you anchor yourself in the present moment. You remind yourself that life is precious and that every moment is an opportunity to connect with your true self. Rituals help us slow down and bring meaning to the everyday moments of life. They help us remember that there is more to life than our daily tasks and responsibilities. Buddhism teaches that mindfulness is not just for meditation, it is for every moment of our lives. By creating a small ritual, you bring mindfulness into your daily routine. You create a moment of peace, presence, and connection. This ritual becomes a touchstone that reminds you of what truly matters: your inner peace, your connection to the present moment, and your spiritual growth. As you create your ritual, remember that it should be something that brings you joy and makes you feel alive. It should be something that nourishes your mind, body, and spirit. Over time, this ritual will become a source of strength and grounding. It will help you stay centered, focused, and connected to your deeper purpose in life.